So I'm going to read two little snippets from two stories. So the collection is told from the perspective of two siblings, Ally and Aiden Pinto, a brother and sister. And this first one is from Ally's perspective, and the next one will be from Aiden's. Picking trilliums. Only when we're the last ones left on the bus ride home does Aiden talk to me. Between bumps that send us bouncing slightly in our seats, he turns to me and asks, "Why were you late today, Ally?" "Tommy Grow wanted to see my feet," I say. "And why did that make you late?" Aiden takes an orange left over from lunch out of his bag. He bites it with his bottom teeth to break the skin and starts peeling. "Mrs. Bissett made me dust the chalk brushes before I left," I tell him, and hold up my hands as proof. They're dried white by the chalk, like I've switched hands with an old person. I rest them by my sides so I don't get chalk on my skirt. "But why did your teacher keep you?" Aiden peels the orange skin off in a spiral like a pig's tail. "Tommy Grow wouldn't stop bothering me, so I kicked him in the stomach." I think my brother will be happy that I've stuck up for myself, but he stops peeling the orange and shakes his head. "Ally, you're never going to make any new friends if you go around kicking people." "But it's not my fault. That meanie kept on asking me if my toes were brown, too. And I don't want to be Tommy's friend anyway. It isn't fair. I used to have a best friend named Sarah. She had a gray cat named Smoke, and she liked dill pickle chips, too. But she moved away when her dad got a new job in Peterborough. I still don't know where that is." A few weeks later, we got Tommy Grow in our class. Aiden says, "Tommy's probably only curious. Next time, tell him your feet are the same color as the rest of you." He splits the orange he peeled in two and offers me half. I shake my head, then pick at the piece of dark green sticky tape that covers the hole in the back seat ahead of us. "You said you'd protect me." With orange slices still in his mouth, he quickly says, "I will." He swallows and adds, "I'll talk to Tommy tomorrow." "Tomorrow's our field trip." "Then the day after." I nod my head, feeling better. "Did anyone ever ask to see your feet when you were in grade 2? "Worse. The boys asked what color my you-know-what was. And the girls wanted to feel my soft brown ears." Aiden smiles his slow smile, like honey being poured. It's impossible not to smile with him. "And don't worry, Alley Cat. I won't tell Mom. We'll just rinse your hands with the garden hose before we go inside." I forgot about Mom. I'd be in big trouble at home if I got in small trouble at school. She always put our education first. It's a good thing she won't find out tonight, or she might not let me go on my field trip tomorrow. I'll tell her after that. I think she'll be on my side anyway. She was the last time something like this happened. It was during Black History Month, when we learned about Rosa Parks not sitting at the back of the bus. I found it strange how she wanted to sit at the front. Everyone I know fights a spot at the back. I asked Mrs. Bissett, "Where would I sit on the bus back then?" "I don't know," she snapped. "It's not an appropriate question." When I told Mom, she said it was a perfectly fine question, and she agreed with me that maybe I'd sit somewhere in the middle, like I do now. So this story is from Aiden, the brother's perspective. They're both in it, though, as well. And it's a bit later on. The Elephant in the Mountain. While my parents were getting ready to leave for the funeral home, I held my 8-month-old baby brother, Eric. My sister, Ally, was playing peekaboo with him over my shoulder. The person who had died had been my mom and dad's driving instructor when they first came to Canada. Dad was tying his black dress shoes in the foyer, and Mom was at the hallway mirror putting cream on her face. "Remember, the O'Briens are home next door," she said, "and the emergency numbers are on the fridge." Mom always worried about emergencies. She kept baking soda next to the stove and had so many flashlights in the house that Ally and I prayed for a blackout so we could use them for once. Dad said to Mom, we should get going, putting on his suit jacket. Mom put on her jacket as well, gave each of us a kiss, and followed Dad out the door. Halfway out, she turned and said, and don't answer the door if it's not someone you know. Then she closed the door behind her and locked it from the outside. Before Eric, when she and Dad left us home alone, Mom used to say, if a stranger comes, just tell them, my mom's in the shower. But then one time, a couple carrying Bibles came to the door. When the man asked if our mother was home, Ally said, she's in the shower. The woman asked if our father was available. Ally had been surprised by this question and glanced over at me. I panicked and said, he's in the shower too. The man and the woman eyed each other and said they'd come back. Thank you.